8 games remaining in what will be a fight to the finish in the Western Conference playoff race. Just 4 points separate 3 teams for the final 2 spots in the West. Minnesota has proven it's up for the challenge and will get another tough test tonight when it begins back-to-back games against 2 teams battling for their postseason survival. It's the playoffs before the playoffs, next on Fox Sports North. Mike Yeo and the Wild back on home ice. 10 consecutive wins away from home, just 6 in their last 10 games on home ice. The Wild tonight look to deliver a significant blow to the Calgary Flames' playoff hopes.
Very important points here for the Wild as well. They play tonight, then tomorrow night at home, and then 4 days without any games. And you don't want to go into those 4 days without having done something here in this weekend.
Starting lines for Minnesota. Koivu between Niederreiter and Stewart. Granlund again between Parise and Pominville. Coyle, Fontaine, Vanek has been the Wild's highest scoring line lately. And Jordan Schrader makes his 2nd consecutive appearance for the Wild in place of Kyle Brodziak. Suter and Brodin, Scandella and Spurgeon, Leopold and Dumba, the defensive pairings for Minnesota. Weidman with it here for Calgary. Plays it across to Chris Russell. And now Weidman carries to center. Weaves his way through traffic. Good at the Minnesota line. Flips it into Wild territory. Brodin sidesteps a hit along the end boards. And Ryan Suter has it for Minnesota.
Once again, and watch for this all game long. It's what we've talked about in our spotlight segment. See how many times the Wild have 4 and 5 players back in the zone, taking the late guys for Calgary.
Parise trying to escape the corner. Lost the puck in the process, and Boma comes to center for Calgary. Into the Minnesota zone. Jared Spurgeon back to pick it up. Spurgeon fights off a check. Got it to Pominville. Pominville settles it down and feeds Scandella at center. Scandella to Parise, a shot. That goes wide. Granlund controls on the far wall. Brings it around for Scandella. Scandella plays back in behind the goal. Parise there. Out to the point for Spurgeon. Pressured by Gaudreau. Pominville sends it back in. Granlund has it along the end boards. Poked away by Brody, but Pominville supports for Minnesota. Pominville circles the net. Had it knocked off of his stick. Parise joins the fight. Keeps the play alive for Minnesota. A lot of time in the offensive zone on this shift for Parise, Granlund, Pominville. Brody has it behind the net for the Flames. Pudler tied up by Scandella, and Monahan emerges for Calgary. Sends Gaudreau into the Minnesota zone. Highest scoring rookie in the league. Drops it back, and Diaz fanned on it. The puck comes back out to center. Diaz has it there for Calgary. Back into his own zone. Cross ice pass is tipped into the Minnesota zone. Battle in the corner. Dumba there for Minnesota. So is Leopold. Raymond has it out to the point. Diaz a long shot. Knocked down by Dubnyk. He wasn't able to cover. And Vanek deflects it out through neutral ice for Minnesota.
But as typical, Dubnyk kept the puck in front of him, and he stayed up on his knees with a good solid square body to the play, and there really was no danger, even though that rebound sat there for a second.
Dumba pushes forward for Minnesota. Haula with it at neutral ice. Plays it into the Calgary zone. Brody's there. Across for England. England at center. Has it tipped into the Minnesota zone by Juris. Around behind the net, Brodin for the Wild. Got it to Bergenheim. Bergenheim tied up before he could leave the zone. Wild defense covers up. Suter and Brodin play catch, and now Brodin starts it ahead. Across ice for Haula. Haula into the offensive zone. Flips it toward the net. And it's held there by Ramo. Our Northland Forge starting goaltenders.
Well, the philosophy of Calgary has been if you're winning or getting points in games, you're going to keep starting. So Ramo gets his 5th start in a row as he's gone 2-0-2 in the last 4 for the Calgary Flames. And Devan Dubnyk. Well, it's the pleasant broken record for the Minnesota Wild. Devan Dubnyk continues to start. 33rd in a row for him with the Minnesota Wild. 34th in a row overall.
Koivu against Backlund on the offensive zone draw for Minnesota. Flames control. Weidman tied up by Niederreiter. Brodin down for the point. Keeps it in the corner for Minnesota. Niederreiter has it there. Pinned up against the boards by Backlund. Stewart bumped from behind by Russell. Koivu Spins away from Weidman. Koivu still with it behind the net. Withstands Weidman's hit. Tried to leave it behind. Niederreiter is tangled up there. Russell around to the half boards. Poked to the line, but Brodin holds for the Wild. Niederreiter in behind the net. Off the boards for Stewart. Stewart waits. Now fires. Knocked down by Ramo. Long rebound controlled by Stewart. Koivu drops it back to the point. Spurgeon sends it out front. Looking for a tip. Could not get one. Scandella has it. Scandella walks out front. His shot saved by Ramo. And the rebound wound up and out of play. Faceoff will come in the Calgary zone.
Looked more like Ramo was fighting those off rather than stopping them. The one off Stewart, he batted way back out there. Scandella swooped in and picked it up. And then this one, almost the type of rebound that you can poke past a goaltender. So I like the fact that Scandella, who hasn't been back that long here, since coming back from injury, I like the fact that he's starting to show some signs of jumping in from the blue line, because when he's aggressive like that, he is able to get some scoring chances, but he also has the speed and the knowledge of hockey to get back and take his normal position once he's had that opportunity.
Gaudreau into the Minnesota zone, has it knocked away. And Ryan Suter starts it back for Minnesota. Suter to Brodin. From center. Plays it into the Calgary zone. Granlund is there. Hit along the boards. Now Granlund delivers a hit in the corner. Parise comes away with the puck for Minnesota. To Scandella for a shot. That was blocked. Great recovery by Scandella to prevent a breakaway chance for Byron. Gaudreau dumps it in for Calgary. Dubnyk tried to get it to Spurgeon. Byron takes it away. Into the circle, Raymond. Raymond trying to work free from Parise. Out to the point, Weidman winds and fires, and that's just off target. Russell holds for Calgary. Around behind the Minnesota goal, Weidman picks it up along the boards. He's hit by Charlie Coyle in the corner. Scandella got it to Parise. Parise couldn't get it by Granlund. That's Marcus Granlund, the younger brother of Mikael Granlund. Wild clear, icing waved off, and Russell goes back to pick it up for the Flames. Clearing attempt. Something flew off the boards there. Long shot knocked aside by Dubnyk. Puck winds up at the point. Played back in behind the goal. Juris tied up there by Dumba.
I think that was a camera lens that fell off, or a cap, I should say, that came off for one of the photographers right in that corner there where that little hole is, where they take good clean pictures from.
Stajan tried to center. Got it back. Fires. It's loose out front. Colborn's tied up by Leopold. They score. Juris beats Dubnyk over the stick side, and Calgary's on the board first.
The last shift here by the Calgary Flames was a hard-working one. Actually, maybe the last couple of shifts, as there was a quick line change as the Wild pressed it back down the ice. But this is a team that doesn't get a ton of scoring from their depth. But they do on this one. Hard work, and typically it is a guy like Juris or Stajan or Jones, guys like that will chip in with their offense, but they're getting a lot of offense from defensemen and the top line, and they're probably very happy to see some depth pitch into this one.
Flames on the board first, and now they come to center with England. Eric England at the Minnesota line, bumped off the puck by Haula. Bergenheim tried to deflect it out. He does. It's all the way back down into Calgary territory. Schlemko is there for the Flames. Lays it out through neutral ice and all the way down, and again icing waved off. Dubnyk has to play it. Sweeps it around behind for Jared Spurgeon. Spurgeon sends it ahead, knocked down there by Bergenheim, but he couldn't control it cleanly. And Brody starts back through neutral ice for the Flames. Tipped into the Minnesota zone by Jones. Niederreiter back to pick it up for the Wild. Niederreiter drives Jones into the end wall with a good shoulder hit. Stewart, cross ice, in stride, Nino Niederreiter. Niederreiter bearing in, his shot kicked to the corner by Ramo. Niederreiter out to the point. Suter has his shot deflected by Stewart, but wide. Backlund tips it out to center ice. Suter turns it back for the Wild. Niederreiter for Stewart. Stewart has his shot blocked by Russell. Stewart then tries to center. That's tied up. Koivu has it. Flips the backhander out front. Loose puck winds up in the corner. Stewart to Koivu. Lets it go through Brodin. A shot saved by Ramo. And he hangs on with Niederreiter nearby. Flames have the first goal and lead.
Welcome back to St. Paul, where the Wild trail the Flames by a goal. I'm Ben Kleiman. The Minnesota Wild, well, they have one of the most difficult schedules to close out this season in the NHL as they start a 5-game homestand. One of the things that I like as a former player, playing teams with playoff experience and expectations. Sometimes you line up against a team that has none. Well, they can freewheel, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a very precarious situation. The Minnesota Wild playing teams that have that same pressure that they do. We'll see if they can rebound from this early deficit to get back in the saddle.
Yeah, there's nothing better than stiff competition to bring your level up as well. So yeah, that's a good point for sure for the Minnesota Wild.
And when looking at this schedule for the Wild between here and the end of the season, Mike Yost talked about that a couple of times, saying that if the Wild are able to earn a playoff spot, it might work to their advantage going in with their game as sharp as it could possibly be based on the kind of opponents they'll face down the stretch.
Battle tested. That's exactly what you want to be when you hit that extra season.
Stewart floats one in on goal, gloved and held by Ramo. And an offensive zone draw coming for the Wild.
Well, before the last break, this is the chance that this line had. And Stewart's a big man. Koivu's a big man. Niederreiter is as well. And you see the body position in front of the net here? I really think that this line, given its size and its ability to go to the net, can do some damage in this game. And it's because the Calgary Flames are the smallest by weight from a defensive core in the National Hockey League. 194.7 pounds. And if you can keep leaning on these guys, it makes it difficult for them to box out on big players like that. The Wild do have some obviously talented, speedy forwards as well. But getting some big guys pushing in on you all the time and taking the goaltender's vision away is going to be important.
Granlund booted from the faceoff circle. Pominville takes the draw for Minnesota and wins it cleanly. Brodin works his way in. Brodin circles the net for Minnesota. Still with the puck, now leaves it behind to Parise, just out of the reach for Pominville. Granlund plays it back down low. Parise there for Minnesota. Spins away from Weidman. Granlund. Bumped by Russell, but he maintains the puck. Granlund works his way up high to Brodin, and then back to the corner. Suter out front. Parise saved by Ramo. And he hangs on.
Well, Zach Parise is back again, and when he gets into a scoring situation, he's typically about 6 inches away from that blue paint.
Our Toyota Key stat shows you just how similar his production this year has been to last year. His goal in New York the other night is 29th through the same number of games last year. He had the same number of goals, just one more assist this season.
He has been a model of consistency throughout his career.
Dumba drive that goes wide. Coyle controls there for Minnesota. Plays it back in. Flames come away with the puck, and England sends it ahead. Coburn deflects it into the Minnesota zone. Well, Parise's so consistent with his effort, not surprising that his production has that same consistency. A centering pass. Dumba driving the net, and he does not score, but will draw a penalty on the play.
What a nice feed there by Fontaine. Fontaine was able to pull back and
number 8, 2 minutes for hooking.
Drop it right into the wheelhouse of Dumba. The speed, the hockey sense right here, and the soft hands for Fontaine. It gets the Wild on the power play as Dumba. He's showing speed and a good decision making as he gets it to the net. Wild in the last 4 home games have scored a goal on the power play in each of the 4. Just under 26% in the last 4, so see if they can build off of that.
Mild change to their power play. Thomas Vanek back on this top power play unit. That moves Pominville back to the point. Vanek takes the spot of Matt Dumba. Pominville to Koivu. Hands it off to Parise. Back up high for Suter. Suter across to Pominville. Pominville plays to the corner for Parisi. Koivu in behind the net. Works his way to the half wall. Vanek, a one-timer, but it deflects off of Boma and out of play. Mike Yeo talking about the switch, trying to get the power play going, and looking to Thomas Vanek, who's been red hot at even strength for Minnesota, to see if he can help get the power play on track.
Well, and a guy like Vanek definitely is a cyclical player. I mean, when he's feeling it, when things are going his way, you want to get him the puck. He's shooting it. His shots are up, at least recently, and so is his point production.
Vanek just sent that one wide. Suter holds for Minnesota, only for a moment, poked away, and it's a shorthanded breakaway for Monahan. Monahan has his stick lifted by Suter and didn't get much on the shot.
Oh, very cerebral play there by Suter getting back. He wasn't able to catch him, but he outsmarts him by just picking his pocket at the last second. You never really have Suter beat, and that's the beauty of it. Right here, he's unable to keep it in, and he knows that he's not going to catch him, so he plans on just picking his pocket at the right time. And Monahan, who's, without question, a top scorer, just didn't see that coming.
About halfway through this Wild power play. Wild changed their power play attackers. Granlund between Niederreiter and Stewart. Spurgeon and Dumba, a couple of right shot defensemen, man the points for the Wild. Granlund along the half wall. Gives to Spurgeon. Winds, fires, and a save by Ramo. Niederreiter tries to keep it alive in the corner. Flames able to clear. Dubnyk leaves it there for Jared Spurgeon. Neither team has scored a power play goal in the first two meetings between these teams this year. Wild 0 for 2, Flames 0 for 4 in those meetings. Spurgeon fakes the shot, still with the puck to the middle. Dumba wanted the one-timer. Instead goes across to Granlund. Granlund back to Dumba, fires, save, Ramo, they score! Dumba on the rebound, and it's tied at 1.
Scored against Calgary in the last meeting, and Dumba does it again, this time on a follow-up after a nice setup on the back door. Everyone's looking, but not finding Dumba, who snuck in around the faceoff dot, and he stayed with it. This one just trickles past Ramo, and they say do not skate by the net. Well, in this case, Dumba had already eyed the puck rolling off the goaltender, and that's why he went around him to stuff it in the open net.
And Dumba just continues his offensive production for Minnesota. 6 goals in his last 19 games from the blue line. It came after he scored just 3 goals in his first 44 in the National Hockey League.
There's definitely a new level of maturity in his game, in the way he makes decisions, and the aggressive nature when he has to be.
Bergenheim tried to get the puck deep. The Flames play it back out to center. Spurgeon ahead for Schrader. Schrader to Bergenheim at center. Bergenheim into the Calgary zone as it's swept off of his stick by Marcus Granlund. Wild play it back in. Weidman ahead through neutral ice. Granlund tips it into the Minnesota zone. Spurgeon gives to Scandella. And the Wild are back in the offensive zone. Vanek tries to go across to Coyle, and he was unable to redirect. He had an awful lot of empty net at which to shoot. Fontaine keeps it alive along the end wall. Coyle back to Fontaine. Fontaine looking, centers off a skate, and kicked out by Ramo. Flames floated out to neutral ice. Juris tied up there by Scandella. Stajan unable to control, but the Flames send it back through neutral ice and all the way in on Dubnyk, where he will glove and hold. A power play goal by Matt Dumba has Minnesota even 1-1. The Granlund brothers on opposite sides of things here tonight. Mikhail, 23 years old. Marcus, 21. I asked Mikhail about his brother. He said his game's similar to mine, but he might be a little bit more of a goal scorer than I am.
The interesting thing is when he stepped into the National Hockey League, Marcus really felt that he needed to be a good defensive player. That shows a lot of maturity. And so he hasn't put up a huge number of points. He has in the American Hockey League. But that maturity is coming around. He's been adding more and more offense lately as his game continues to grow with confidence and as I mentioned, more maturity. I'm sure Mikhail never thought he'd be called the old man, but in this case, by a couple of years and a little bit more experience.
Haven't played together a great deal. They were always separated by a level. They were teammates on the 2012 Finland World Junior team that finished fourth. Tournament, incidentally, that was won by Sweden, a Sweden team that included Jonas Brodin. Backlund plays it out to the point. Brody's shot deflected, and Koivu has it for Minnesota. Stewart carries in. His shot kicked up and into the netting by Ramo. Their father, Vesa, watches most of the games in Finland. And Mikhail said, you know, a lot of times he'll tape it and watch it the next morning because they're 7 hours ahead. So game time would be about 2 o'clock in the morning in Finland. But he said, I think tonight he might be watching live.
Yeah, why not? Double your pleasure tonight. Get to watch both of them.
Face off here in the Flames zone. And it's Granlund against Granlund on the draw. Flames control. Englund plays it in. Byron's the first man on it. Leaves it in the corner. Raymond plays to the point. Brody stumbled a bit, then sends it back down low. Raymond has it taken away. Parise taps to Granlund. Granlund comes to center for Minnesota. Granlund waiting, works to the middle, a shot. Loose puck on the rebound, controlled by Dumba. Brody plays it ahead, and it's tipped out to neutral ice by Byron. Parise gives to Pominville. Suter has to play it back at neutral ice. Granlund drops it back for Suter. The Wild will change. Ryan Suter. Solid stretch of hockey for the Minnesota assistant captain. 4 assists in his last 5 games. Charlie Coyle unable to keep the puck in deep. And Juris plays it across for Coburn. Coburn into the Minnesota zone. Had it knocked away. Suter rides Juris hard into the end wall. And Suter comes away with the puck cleanly for Minnesota. Across to Brodin. Brodin sends it ahead. Tipped in by Fontaine. The Flames quickly play it back out. Fontaine taps it back in his own zone. Scandella will wait for a change to occur for Minnesota. Lost the handle for a moment. Howell is there to play it up the wall. Diaz sends it across for Russell. Gaudreau at center as it poked away by Howlett. Russell sends it back into his own zone. Long pass winds up offside at the Minnesota line. And we get a whistle. 1-1 tie here at the XL Energy Center.
Well, people have asked how the Calgary Flames are in the picture and how have they been there all season long. You look at their shots per game. It's near the bottom of the National Hockey League. Their face-off percentage, those are possession-type numbers. Their goals per game, though, is very high up there, including their goal differential, and I think their shooting percentage might have something to do with that. They have 3 or 4 players in the top 15 or 20 of the National Hockey League in shooting percentage. They get a lot of production from their top line, but they are beating the odds, so to speak.
They've been doing it with goaltending that's just been in the middle of the pack throughout the season. They've had an uncanny ability to come from behind. Only Nashville has won more games this season after surrendering the game's first goal. Niederreiter carries into the Calgary zone, but he brought himself in offside. The Wild offering $45 rush tickets for all remaining home games. Rush tickets are limited to single seats only and go on sale exclusively at the XL Energy Center box office after the opening face-off of the game. Learn more at wild.com/rush.
A little bit of pushing and shoving there already in this game, so we'll see things maybe heat up, as it's been a pretty tightly contested game. Usually see a lot of high intensity and skill between these two teams, but there's still a little bit of room for some extra.
Here's a chance for Minnesota, but Pominville couldn't get a shot away. Flames come back. Monahan to Hoodler. Tried to get it to Gaudreau, and it was swept away by Granlund. A penalty coming against Minnesota.
Yeah, he slingshotted himself around the forward. Mike Yeo naturally doesn't agree with it.
Minnesota, penalty number 64, 2 minutes for holding.
I wonder how much he did so. It looked like he used the player to kind of move himself around. And right here, yeah, you see the arm, and that's, if he was able to continue skating and get around the forechecker, he wouldn't have gotten the penalty. But I think it's just that free hand as he put it across his body and slowed him down. And that's what got him the penalty. And I think when you're facing a guy like Gaudreau, who's a very speedy forward, you got to find a way to slow him up a little bit.
Weidman centers. Howlett takes it away from Minnesota and sends it all the way down. Wild penalty kill, still on top of the National Hockey League. Remarkable success rate since the All-Star break. 71 of 76. 93.5%. Monahan with it in the corner for Calgary. Their power play in the top 10 in the league. Monahan has it taken away by Suter. Then Parise flips it out for Minnesota. Russell goes back for Calgary and starts ahead. Jones at center ice. Gives to Backlund. Gains the Minnesota zone. Written out hard by Koivu. And that forced a turnover. Puck winds up back in the neutral zone.
Wild continue to do a great job of taking away the middle of the ice and just funneling players to the boards. Either forcing him to dump it in or take the brunt of a hit like Koivu just showed you.
Jones comes to center for Calgary. Hits the Minnesota line. Dumps it in. Plays it around behind for Backlund. Out to the point for Diaz. Diaz gives it to Raymond along the wall. Raymond down low. Backlund. Backlund pinched off the puck neatly by Brodin. Fontaine settles it down out front. And the Wild come to center shorthanded. Schrader unable to catch up with a rolling puck at the Calgary line. Manages to tie it up there and kills some precious seconds. Great effort by Schrader on the shorthanded unit. Flames come back in, staging. 10 seconds left in the power play. His pass out of the reach of Diaz. He has to come back into his own zone. Granlund's back in 2 seconds, and the Wild penalty killers hold the Flames at bay. Calgary does not get a single shot on goal on their first power play chance of the night. Dubnyk covers as icing had been waved off, and we'll get a face-off in the Minnesota zone.
Well, Calgary really has not threatened in the least on this power play. The Wild have pressured in every single zone that they could. They did a great job of just pressing Calgary to the wall. Calgary either had to dump it in where the Wild gathered it up and got it back out, or they were physical in the right circumstances. So the Wild continue to show why they have the #1 penalty kill.
Pominville stumbles into the Calgary zone.
Takes a
linesman down with him. Suter back to pick it up for Minnesota. Ahead for Pominville. Pominville cross ice Parise. Parise bumped by Weidman. Granlund try to get it back to Parise. He leaves for Pominville in the corner. Pominville knocked down. Granlund centers. Parise all alone. Saved by Ramo.
Oh, what a breakdown in front. They got pulled off to the wall a little too far, and Zach Parise, very stealthy-like, slipped in there and was all alone in front. Watch how the defenders get dragged to the corner here. They were just leaving the wrong guy all alone in front, and Ramo made a very good save. Parise, unfortunately, when he got the pass, was flat-footed. He really didn't have any kind of momentum, so he had to try and generate some kind of move from a stationary position, and that's not always the easiest thing to do.
Leopold back to pick up the loose puck for Minnesota. Vanek across to Dumba. then to Coyle. It was caught in his skates. Flames control with Backlund at center. Has it knocked off of his stick by Vanek. Loved and dropped by Fontaine, who's then run over by Boma on the play. Boma, one of the leading hitters in the National Hockey League. 7th with 248 hits coming into tonight's game. Leopold across for Dumba. Ahead to Mikko Koivu and then back to Leopold. Fontaine, Stewart plays it in for Minnesota. Ramo leaves it behind the net. Brody there for Calgary. Got it to the line. Scandella holds, or did he? Koivu brought it in offside.
I like the way the Wild have turned this period back around. Calgary did score first, but the Wild have generated more chances. Used their power play very well as well, and Matt Dumba has the Wild goal.
Cards game reset. Juris with the early goal for Calgary. Dumba with help from Mikael Granlund. Tied it for Minnesota on the power play. Suter blasts one in from center ice. Niederreiter down the wall trying to hold for Minnesota. Monahan has it in the corner. Pinned up against the boards by Koivu. Niederreiter back to Koivu. Stewart behind the net. Tried to center. And Ramos senses trouble and covers up.
Wild continue with this line to work well behind the goal line. And it's helping create some mischief around the side of the net. Koivu is so good along the end wall. Uses his body very well. And Stewart just tries to get him the puck as he's coming through the crease.
Wild control the draw. Suter trying to spin away from Jones. Brodin a one-timer. Knocked down by Ramo. Long rebound controlled by the Flames. Backlund plays ahead for Boma.
That's a second glove save that Ramos made where he basically doesn't catch it. He just bats it down to the ice. Stewart had a shot earlier in the period that netted the same result.
Puck comes back into the Minnesota zone. Jones centered. Good recovery on the play by Brodin. Backlund was alone out front for a moment. Brodin pushes it up the boards for Pominville. 22 in the period. Granlund comes to center. Gives to Parisi. Back to Granlund. It bounces in on goal. And Ramo knocks it down. Flames clear. Brodin back to pick it up for Minnesota. 10 seconds left in the period. Pominville to Granlund. Granlund tried to get it to Parisi, but he's in offside. And with 4.4 left, a face-off coming. Our CenturyLink link to what's next. Hear more from our conversation with the Wild defensive pairing of Marco Scandella and Jared Spurgeon. What makes them click so well? Really good friends, both on the ice and off. Weidman flips it out through neutral ice, and the horn sounds ending the first period with the Wild and Flames tied 1-1.
It's so important for the Wild to have a good home game here. They're 3-4 in their last 7, and they need this building to be a place that nobody wants to come and visit.
You can hear from Marco Scandella and Jared Spurgeon, but first, Ben Clymer with the goal scorer, Matt Dumba. 1-1 after 1. Flames 1, Wild 1. After 1 here in St. Paul, Devan Dubnyk stopped 5 of 6. His play with the Wild has certainly put him in the conversation for the Vezina Trophy, given to the top goaltender in the league. Probably the 3 leading candidates right now are he, Pekka Rinne, and Carey Price, and Dubnyk's numbers compare favorably.
They really do, and even though Price and Rinne have maybe done it throughout the course of the season, the fact that Devan Dubnyk came through the circumstance that he did and came into a trade and now has started as many games as he has in a row, he has to clearly be given a look.
His win percentage better than either of those two guys. The total number of wins, the one spot where Price and Rinne have a slight lead, with each picking up 40 wins compared to Dubnyk's 33.
But I do give Dubnyk the nod. He has a 93 save percentage this season. Only Carey Price has a better one at 93.7.
Stewart behind the net for Minnesota. Works his way out on the backhand. Tried to get it to Niederreiter. Taken away. And Gaudreau to Hoodler at center ice. Into the Minnesota zone. Dubnyk to play it for the Wild. Koivu got it to Niederreiter. Chipped out to center for Stewart. Stewart fires from long range. Knocked down by Ramo. Stewart strong on the puck. Tries to play it all the way across to Koivu. Taken away by Gaudreau, who sends it back into the Minnesota zone. Icing called here against Calgary. Good effort by Scandella to earn this icing whistle.
Well, I mentioned earlier that Scandella, I love to see him getting into the offensive looks because he always has the speed to get back into a play. Now, this was where he just got maybe a little bit better body position with his speed getting back in.
Remember, it's not who's further ahead, it's who in the referee's judgment would have gotten to the puck first. Perhaps by angle, they felt that Scandella, even though Jones certainly was at least even with him, Scandella, they felt, would have reached the puck first. Parise fires on goal.
Parise's looking very good in this game. You consider the chances that he's already had. You know, the one alone in front, a couple of jams away at the top of the crease, and that move where he created a scoring chance that didn't look like there was one by using the defenseman as a screen.
Russell plays it up the boards. Deflected down into the Minnesota zone where Spurgeon's back to play it. Pominville to Granlund. Granlund spins back the other way for Minnesota. Across for Pominville, but it's just out of his reach. Leopold backpedals in his own zone to Granlund and then back to Dumba. Vanek tips it in. Brody knocked it down. Loose puck controlled by Vanek. Flips it off the boards and back into Calgary territory. Coyle quickly on the forecheck. Fontaine catches up with it along the wall. Back to Coyle, who withstands an England hit. Coyle works out front, then whipped it right through the crease. Leopold back down low for Coyle. Fontaine hustling after it along the boards. He and Raymond tie up there. A couple of former UMD Bulldogs did not play together, but both played for Duluth. Both celebrating a Bulldog win earlier today in this year's NCAA tournament. They eliminated the University of Minnesota earlier today, 4-1. Raymond slides a quick pass through, and Dubnyk makes the stop on the shot by Granlund.
Considering the number of former Gophers in the locker room, I'm sure there were some, side wagers between some of these players, even if they were of the handshake variety.
Fontaine said he picked a 4-2 Bulldog win. He was off by a goal. The final today was 4-1. Fontaine had quite a career with Duluth, capped with a national championship in 2011. He actually arrived in Duluth the year after Raymond left. Raymond played just 2 years there. And after his sophomore year, Fontaine arrived the following season. Schlemko plays down low, around behind the Minnesota goal. Stajan tried to keep it alive for Calgary. Suter plays it up the boards. Leopold trying to force it out of the zone. Bergenheim couldn't clear. Suter's there for Minnesota. And now Bergenheim scoops it up. Plays it out to center where Diaz is back to pick it up. Schlemko. Back to Diaz. Juris tried to float one across for Colborne. He's tied up by Brodin, and Eric Haula swoops in to grab the puck for Minnesota. Now Schrader works his way around a check, still with it in the corner, leaves it for Bergenheim, threw it out front, easily steered aside by Ramo, and Hudler comes back for Calgary. Hudler tried to get it to Gaudreau. Gaudreau spins away from Schrader and then plays it back to his own line. Schrader trying to keep Gaudreau away from the puck. Monahan now has it. Monahan works his way up high and throws it cross ice into the corner. Schrader pokes it to Spurgeon. Back to Schrader. Schrader sends it ahead for Niederreiter. Niederreiter trying to catch up with a rolling puck. He does. Into the Calgary zone. Niederreiter spins to the backhand and then flipped it over the top of the goal.
And he was shoved at the last second there as he went around behind the net. And no penalty called. Chris Russell gave him a little bit of a shot. I think it's the way Niederreiter got the opportunity. He used his body and spun right off him. Was able to get the puck to the net.
Stewart plays it down low. Niederreiter couldn't catch up with it along the end board. Suter to Niederreiter. Save Ramos. Stewart could not beat the Calgary goaltender. Stewart to Koivu. Out to the line, and Backlund has it for Calgary. Brody works his way into the Minnesota zone. A loose puck. Boma has it poke checked away at the last moment by Koivu. Niederreiter drags it away from Byron, but then lost it to Backlund. Backlund at the Minnesota line. Granlund back to Suter and then across to Brodin. Marcus Granlund carries in for Calgary, fires on goal, and it's held there by Dubnyk.
Good opportunity. I like the way this line looks as well. Using their size very well. And Suter just gets it out front to Niederreiter, who's had a lot of looks from this proximity. You see how aggressive Ramo was with the paddle of his stick? And then it was actually off of Nino's ankle that took away Stewart's scoring chance. But they continue to pressure and continue to use their size around the net against a smallish defense for the Calgary Flames.
Stajan catches up with it for Calgary out to the point where Diaz rifles one wide. Jordan Leopold spins away from traffic, leaves it behind for Dumba. Parise cross ice. Pominville had it knocked away, but Leopold sends it right back in. Dumba back in his own zone. Diaz and Parise battle for a puck. Juris has it for Calgary. Sends it across for Colborne into the Minnesota zone. Nifty pass by Leopold. Got it to Pominville and then Granlund. Granlund in. Drops it back. Pominville fires. That was blocked. Parise trying to work his way out front, but Stajan strips him of the puck. And it'll be icing against the Flames. Bob Hartley does not agree. May 6th, it's the 11th annual Kids in the City celebrating the Fox Sports North Boys and Girls Clubs All-Stars. The event starts with a pregame party at Fulton Brewery, followed by the Twins and A's. Cost is $75, includes food, beverages, and a ticket to the game. Check out foxsportsnorth.com. Click on upcoming events on the Hot Topics bar for details. Coyle plays it in behind. Vanek out to the point. Scandella across to Spurgeon. Spurgeon fires. Loose puck. Charlie Coyle had an empty net. Tried to go back to the forehand.
Well, I think he put his head down thinking that he needed to control the puck and make the move. He'd already decided to make the move. If he'd have picked his head up, he'd have seen he had a backhand gaping net.
Flames fire it in. Marcus Granlund tied up along the board. Spurgeon tried to get it ahead to Fontaine. Raymond hustles after it for Calgary. Raymond wheels and fires wide, and Justin Fontaine has it. Vanek breaking the other way for Minnesota. Fontaine drops to Vanek. Winds, fires, and a blocker save by Ramo. In the corner, Englund with it. Up the boards, got it by Haula. Marcus Granlund wraps it off the wall. Karam is back into the Minnesota zone. Brodin back to play it. Now Schrader in. Schrader fires. Saved by Ramo. And the long rebound scooped up by Jones. Jones leads the rush for Calgary. Good at the Minnesota line. Puck rolls off the end of his stick. Brody plays it to the corner. Brody. Cross ice pass. Picked off by Bergenheim. Bergenheim in for Minnesota with a drive right on. Saved by Ramo. Eric Haula for Schrader, and then in behind for Bergenheim. Bergenheim stripped by Weidman. Weidman unable to force it up the boards past Haula. And now TJ Brody with it for Calgary. Haula dumps it in for Minnesota. Wild want to change as Ramo leaves it for TJ Brody. Brody with the absence of Giordano, now the time on ice leader for Calgary among players in the lineup tonight. He and Giordano were a defensive tandem before Giordano's season-ending injury earlier this month. Stewart intercepts at center for Minnesota. Tried to get it by Monahan. Niederreiter now picks it up for the Wild. Gains the offensive zone, but he's tied up by Hudler. Plays it down low. It's around behind the net. Russell has it for Calgary. Russell for Weidman. Weidman watched by Stewart as he plays it ahead. Gaudreau taps it into the Minnesota zone where Koivu's back to pick it up. Jared Spurgeon with it there for Minnesota. Cross ice pass. Parise plays it down low for the Wild. And the puck deflects into the netting and out of play. Great chance for Charlie Coyle moments ago. Wild and Flames still even 1-1. Here in St. Paul, the Wild and Flames are tied 1-1. Kings here tomorrow night. A key pair of games for Minnesota as they face two teams fighting for playoff spots in the West. Kings have already arrived here in St. Paul, waiting for tomorrow night's battle with the Wild. Boy, the Kings have really turned things around and put together a surge that I think many people expected all year long from the defending champs. And LA currently sitting third in the Pacific, a point ahead of Calgary.
Always knew they'd be in the conversation. They left it to the last minute, so to speak. But then again, they won a cup when finishing 8th. So you know that they are a kind of team that realizes just get into the postseason and do your damage then.
Pominville in for Minnesota, drops to Parise. Parise fires, that's deflected wide, and Wideman hustles over to pick it up for Calgary. Across to the red-hot Sean Monahan. Monahan with 22 points in his last 19 games. Wilder in here. Stewart's stick breaks in half. Gaudreau had it poked away, and then Monahan carried it in offside, so we get a whistle.
Haven't seen the speed of the Calgary Flames really become evident in this hockey game, and credit to the Wild. Mike Joe said that he wants to see 5 guys in the picture, and that means that without having to scan too far, he wants to be able to see 4 or 5 guys around each zone, and the Wild have had that. Not allowed Calgary to use speed through the neutral zone or those defensemen jumping in the play to really generate offense. That's why the Flames only have 8 shots on goal in this hockey game.
They've done a good job against that explosive top line for Calgary. Gaudreau, Monahan, and Hudler. They've been scoring so efficiently going back to Valentine's Day, which is 19 games for Calgary. Hudler tied for the league lead in points with Monahan just 1 point behind. Raymond fires, knocked down by Dubnyk. Loose puck, and Byron poked it just wide. He was tied up by Scandella on a physical play by the Wild defenseman. Marcus Granlund tangled up with Dubnyk behind the play. Marcus Granlund, 14 months younger than Mikhail, battling with Brodin in the corner. Stewart has it for Minnesota. Deflected up in the air, knocked ahead by Niederreiter. Niederreiter hits the offensive blue line, fires, and a pad save by Ramo.
There's that move. Haven't seen it a ton lately, but when Niederreiter comes down that right side as a lefty and pulls it to the middle, he's able to really unload and fool goaltenders, at the very least forcing them to give up a bad rebound.
Past the halfway point of the second period. Each team with a first period goal. Juris at even strength for Calgary. Dumba on the power play for Minnesota. Dumba works to the middle. Gives to Vanek. Vanek threads one across for Coyle. Just off the heel of his stick. Fontaine wins a puck battle. Plays it off to Dumba. His shot off the end glass. Juris trying to fight his way past Vanek. Flames come away with the puck. Stajan across to Colborne into the Minnesota zone. Sends it in behind the net. Dumba had Stajan tied up. Stajan emerges with the puck. A shot by Wideman was blocked out front. A lot of traffic in front of Dubnyk on the play. Fontaine at neutral ice for Minnesota. Off the glass and in. Bergenheim on the forecheck for the Wild. Boma's the first man back for Calgary. Wideman around the wall. Taken away by Schrader, who centers. And it's deflected into the mitt of Kari Ramo, who hangs on. Another good chance for the Wild. Still even 1-1.
Well, Schrader gets a last little feed to the middle, and Haula with a great dip there. And Bergenheim was waiting for some kind of rebound, and How close can you come? That was a good glove save by Ramo, who I mentioned earlier had not been doing a lot of catching of the puck, but more so batting it down. That one caught it right in the webbing and did not give Bergenheim another look.
Schrader continues to create chances. He had been scratched 8 games in a row before coming back against the Islanders. Mike Yeo was very complimentary of his game. Liked his energy. Schrader talked about during that stretch when he was out, saying it's frustrating. Everybody wants to be in. But when you're sitting out and you're watching the team play well and have success, all you can do is make sure you're ready for your next opportunity. And he clearly was that when given the chance to play against the Islanders.
It's so key to have hungry players ready to go, especially at this time of the year and heading into the postseason.
Brody sends it across. Parisi with a block shot. Broke his stick as he tried to clear the zone. Dumba goes back to pick it up for Minnesota. Parisi races by the bench looking for a new stick. Got the wrong-handed model, so he'll jump off instead. Brody. Parisi took a stride away from the bench, looked down at the end, realized it was curved the wrong way, so he put on the brakes and went back for a change.
At least he wasn't holding it upside down. That would have been a lot of trouble.
Jones sends it across. Monahan fires. Pad saved by Dubnyk. Battle along the boards, and Monahan has it. Out to the point. Russell slides past Niederreiter. Gives to Monahan. Tried to center. Weidman winds and fires, and a save by Dubnyk. Wild comeback. Stewart with speed at the Calgary line. Fires. Kicked out easily by Ramo. Weidman back to play it. Got it past Koivu and all the way down, but it'll be icing against the Flames. Monday on NASCAR Race Hub, they'll have a complete recap of everything that went on in Martinsville, including Winners Weekend as the Sprint Cup winner takes us through their weekend from practice to the checkered flag. NASCAR Race Hub is Monday and every weeknight, 5 Central on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Battle in the corner, and the puck squirts toward the Minnesota crease, but Schrader plays it to the wall. Spurgeon up the boards for Bergenheim. Schrader in stride through neutral ice. Schrader spins, tried to flip it out front. He was tied up by Schlemko.
Great footwork there by Schrader. First of all, to get the speed up the ice, but then that little spin around him move and just a backhander. It was a tight angle, but it was fun to watch nevertheless.
His speed so evident throughout the night on Long Island against the Islanders. It's been a factor again here tonight. Stajan at center. Knocked off the puck by Charlie Coyle. And Dubnyk wants a whistle, so he'll cover. And we get a break. Schrader comes close for Minnesota in a 1-1.
Every time this line gets the puck, they seem to pressure towards the net. Stewart, right from the get-go here, and he currently leads Wild players in shots on goal in this game with 5. Niederreiter has been around the top of the crease quite a bit as well. Niederreiter has 3 shots on goal in this game. Koivu hasn't been tapped with a shot on goal, but he definitely has been getting pucks to the net and doing great work along the end wall. So it almost seems like this line is on the verge of scoring.
Koivu plays it ahead for Stewart. Stewart turned it over, put it right on the stick of Gaudreau. Koivu got a stick on it, broke up the scoring chance, but then Monahan wheels and fires, and a pad save by Dubnyk. The Wild able to clear. At center ice, Gaudreau with it into the Minnesota zone. As it poked away by Brodin. He tried to jump around Brodin, but Jonas manages to maintain control of the puck. Koivu behind Niederreiter comes into the Calgary zone, and the Flames push back with Colborne. Colborne works his way around Brodin. Drops it back, and a shot goes wide. Rebound controlled by Calgary. Jones has it. Out to the point for Brody. Brody's shot got through. Saved by Dubnyk. Stajan chasing Coyle. Coyle plays it off the boards. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Jones holds. Jones drops it back. Colborne on the backhand. Glove saved by Dubnyk as he sprawled out and took one away from Colborne.
Well, this line has the goal for the Calgary Flames in this hockey game, and boy, they put some serious pressure on in that shift.
Vanek for Minnesota. Plays it across for Coyle. Coyle into the offensive zone as his shot blocked. Plays it across for Vanek. Vanek wheels and fires well wide. Fontaine there for Minnesota. Got it to Coyle along the end wall. Coyle to Vanek, and he couldn't get the shot away. Leopold gives to Coyle. Coyle watched by Juris. Dumba winds, fires, save Ramo. Rebound, Fontaine. He's denied by Ramo. Coyle for Dumba. His shot blocked. Vanek trying to settle it down in the corner, and the Flames come away with it with Raymond. Great pressure by the Fontaine-Coyle-Vanek line for Minnesota.
Really thought Fontaine was going to be able to get the puck out of the gear of Ramo the way he was pounding away on it. Charlie Coyle created a lot of that with size as he leaned on the defenders going to the net.
Leopold lost it to Boma. Boma tried to work his way out front. Schlemko holds his own, plays across, takes a return pass, fakes the shot, watched by Pominville. Then Pominville blocks, and the Wild gain control. Pominville flips it ahead for Granlund. Granlund cut off by Gaudreau. Granlund still with the puck along the wall, waits for support, plays it cross ice looking for Pominville, taken away by Weidman. Gaudreau with Weidman driving toward the net. Russell winds, fires, saved by Dubnyk. Pudler tied up by Granlund in the corner. Pudler finally back to his feet. Spurgeon tussling with him there. Spurgeon got it to Granlund. Granlund trying to gain control. Monahan has him all tied up. Russell pinches in. Pominville able to play it. Got it across to Parise. Spurgeon racing into the play. Pominville trailing. Fires. Blocked by Russell. Pominville for Parise. Fires, and Ramo made a save even though he wasn't looking. Pominville flipped it out front. And Ramo got a pad on that one too. Great pressure by the Wild. Jonas Brodin carries ahead for Minnesota. Fires it in from center. Englund tied up by Schrader. Howla trying to support the play. Suter able to hold. Vanek in the corner for Minnesota. Vanek threw it out front, just out of the reach of Schrader. Boy, has this line come close for Minnesota. Howla tries to work around a Brody check. Schrader quickly on it for Minnesota. Schrader to the middle. Schrader fires. That was blocked. Suter controls for the Wild.
Amazing speed by Schrader again, creating by circling that face-off circle.
Howla tied up by Colborne. Brody taps it ahead. Brodin got a stick on it. Jones works his way around Brodin into the Minnesota zone, but Howla's back defensively for the Wild. Schrader slides it out to neutral ice. Russell played it across. Schrader sends Vanek in. Vanek in for Minnesota. Russell caught up to him and took away the scoring chance. Spurgeon trying to hold for Minnesota.
And he still almost got that backhand blind feed across the ice to Schrader.
Backlund plays it in, and the Flames whistle down offside. Great chances at both ends.
Goaltenders have had to have been sharp. Colborne tries to feed one in off of one of the players. This one banks around the pad, and look at Fontaine go to work. He just can't get the puck around the knob of the stick in the pad of Ramo. And Zach Parise again circling the net. So the flurry here in the last few minutes hasn't created any goals, but it certainly has created some scary moments for both goaltenders.
Plenty of excitement, even though the score remains just 1-1. High-quality scoring chances for each side. Our Window Concepts game reset Juris scored at even strength for Calgary. Matt Dumba tied it on the power play for Minnesota.
The Wild have really opened up in terms of shots on goal, almost doubling the Calgary Flames. But this has been a typical tight, low-scoring, high-energy game, at least this season. Two previous games have been very tight, and Stewart and Bouma having some conversations that might lead to something else. We'll see, but so far it's just been a lot of intensity in this game.
Bouma and Stewart were basically taking the face off themselves. They were so close to the dot.
Breathing down the linesman neck.
Bouma here. Lays to center ice where Koivu intercepts for Minnesota. And Scandella will allow the rest of the clock to wind down. A scoreless second period comes to an end.
Well, plenty of chances here in this game with scoring in the middle of the period of the first. Looked like it could be one of those games that the scoring would be at will, but both goaltenders have played well lately, and that's why we're tied at 1 after 2.
Coming up in our second intermission, Ben Clymer will chat with Justin Fontaine, whose Bulldogs won earlier today. Kevin Gorg with a look at NCAA hockey tourney action. Wild 1, Flames 1 after 2 at the XL Energy Center. Huge battle in the Western Conference playoff race. Calgary 4 points behind Minnesota right now in the wild card hunt. But the Wild also looking forward, where they are just 3 points behind Chicago. And the Blackhawks are trailing at home against Columbus. The Blue Jackets chased Corey Crawford late in the first period by beating him 4 times on 13 shots. And the Blue Jackets lead 4-2. Our Bud Light What's on Tap. 4 games remaining on this homestand for the Wild, starting tomorrow night with the LA Kings. Then the Rangers, Red Wings, and Jets before the Wild finish the season with a 3-game road trip. A very challenging trip to Chicago, Nashville, and St. Louis.
Now, there's no free games in the National Hockey League anymore anyway, but those definitely would not count as that. Every one of those teams wanting to win for different reasons.
But even teams like Columbus right now, out of the playoff picture. The Blue Jackets have won 7 of their last 8, including 5 road games in a row. And now leading tonight in Chicago. The West so tough, top to bottom. Heard Blues coach Ken Hitchcock interviewed on the radio today, and he said in all of his years in the National Hockey League, he's never seen it more challenging to make the playoffs than it is in the Western Conference right now. Pominville to Granlund. Into the Calgary zone. Granlund fires off the crossbar and out of play.
Oh, good to see Mikhail shooting the puck. Like he was able to use a defender as a bit of a screen on that one as he walked in. Derek Engelland was just trying to step out of the way to give Ramo a good view of this one. And again, Ramo with that glove that's like a bushel basket. He just wants to keep swatting at it. That one he just missed, and it caught the crossbar on the way up.
Marco Scandella hustling back for Minnesota. Spurgeon to Pominville. Deflects it to the Calgary line. Brody across for England. Jones sneaks one through for Marcus Granlund. Flames with a chance, but Dubnyk with a blocker save to deny Raymond. Parise comes to center for Minnesota into the Calgary zone. Back to the point. Leopold a shot. Didn't get all of it. It was blocked by Schlemko. Stajan fights his way into the Minnesota zone. Winds up knocked down on the play. Leopold for the Wild. Around behind where Dumba catches up with it for Minnesota.
Oh, boy.
Fontaine wiped down on the play, and he's down. Juris in the slot with the puck, and as Granlund gains control, we get a whistle. Fontaine was blasted. And now we've got some pushing and shoving in response.
Yeah, Fontaine was absolutely blindsided on this hit. And he was hit up high and did a backflip basically, and landed on his shoulder and arm and slid into the boards.
Colburn delivered the high hit.
Now this, in some people's estimation, is a clean hit because of where the puck is. It's right at the feet of Fontaine, but I'll tell you what, that was a blindside hit.
But it's not a clean hit if the head is the principal point of contact. And it appears that the shoulder hits him right in the chin.
Right in the chest and chin area. And he did just take advantage of the fact that that puck just arrived between the skates of Fontaine. Even though Fontaine wasn't playing the puck was coming up, and he just was blindsided on that hit. And Mike Yeo is clearly incensed by the fact that he was taken out on the play. Take another peek at this one. Watch as he's got his head turned, and yeah, that puck wasn't really that close, I suppose, but it was
I think what Mike Yeo was questioning. Mike Yeo was questioning where he was, and I saw him pointing to his chest, and if I could read lips properly, something along the lines of Colburn's 6'5", Fontaine's 5'10". The shoulder does not line up with the chest unless Colburn's in a squat position.
Yeah. Well, there's no question that Fontaine was upright as he was looking over his shoulder to find the puck, trying to come out of the zone, but so tough to tell there. And no question Colburn stepped up and blindsided him, though.
Yeo not happy with the fact that there was no call. Face-off coming here in the Calgary zone. 30 shots on goal for the Wild through the first 22 minutes. Excuse me, first 42 minutes. But they've only been able to beat Ramo one time. That was Matt Dumba on the power play in the first period. Spurgeon holds his own. Niederreiter works his way in. Koivu fires. Pad save Ramo. And the Flames clear. They bring a face-off back into the Calgary zone.
This line continues to get pucks towards the net. And this shot was taken to create an opportunity, but he didn't have bodies to the net, at least not the numbers that he wanted. Stewart was, I think, waiting for a pass, and Niederreiter had to take the long route to the net. But I like their game tonight.
Flames come away with the puck. Englund sends it ahead through neutral ice. Backlund was wiped out on the play. That draws a roar from the crowd. Stewart has it to Koivu behind the net. Koivu. Stewart unable to avoid Bulma's hit. Those two have been jousting a couple of times tonight. Suter fires wide. The rebound controlled by Niederreiter. Up high for Suter. Suter backpedals. Fires, tipped by Stewart, but wide. Stewart tries to center. Niederreiter punched it up in the air. It comes down and winds up on the stick of Byron, who plays it out for Calgary. Suter across to Dumba. Vanek at center ice. Sends Charlie Coyle in. Coyle on the backhand. Works around Weidman. Centered for Fontaine. Good to see Fontaine back on the ice for Minnesota. Vanek along the boards to Fontaine in the corner. Fontaine escapes Granlund, then tried to center. Loose puck. Vanek scores!
Oh boy, well, Justin Fontaine isn't going to blow up Colburn, but he gave him a little bit of a chirp there as he skated by him on his way back to the bench, because it's Fontaine that creates this. Tries once, tries twice, and it goes to the back door where Vanek bats it out of the air. And on his way back to the bench, Fontaine had something to say to Colborne, who was coming out onto the ice. So sometimes you get payback in different methods.
Flames come to center with Joris. Into the Minnesota zone. Fired it wide. Loose puck controlled by Calgary. Diaz tees it up and fires. Saved by Dubnyk. 20th goal of the season for Thomas Vanek. Coyle and Fontaine credited with the assist for the Wild. And a line that has created more chances than any other for Minnesota tonight, rewarded with the go-ahead goal. Stajan drops it back. Diaz with a shot, and that deflects up and out of play.
Well, here's Fontaine, who quickly came back out on the ice after the goal. There he was sending sweet nothings to the guy who blew him up inside his own zone. But Fontaine, well, he went back, shook it off, got back out onto the ice, and made the Flames pay, even though they didn't have a power play to do so.
Fontaine giving 7 inches to Colborne, but he has an assist on the go-ahead goal. Stewart plays it out to center. Monahan taps it back in his own zone. Russell's there. Brody off the wall, taken away by Koivu. Niederreiter for Stewart. He fires wide. Niederreiter, first man on the puck, tried to get it back to Stewart. Now Brodin plays it in. Stewart bumped from behind by Russell. Niederreiter trying to protect along the wall. Brody there for Calgary. Got it to Monahan, and the Flames start back. Hudler at neutral ice. Drops it to Gaudreau. His long shot gloved and then covered by Dubnyk.
Well, this line will be ever present in this third period. That top line for the Calgary Flames continues to electrify. You mentioned it earlier. In the month of March, Gaudreau leads all rookies in goals with 6 and points with 14. Hudler leads the National Hockey League in March with 18 points coming into tonight. Monahan is tied for 6th with 14 points and leads the National Hockey League in the month of March with 5 power play goals. So they have been electric, but just not in this hockey game.
Pominville trying to clear for Minnesota. Backlund tied up by Leopold. Byron has it knocked away by Granlund. Then a centering pass. Tipped away, winds up behind the net. Granlund lost it there. Byron to Boma. Out front, Backlund tied up, couldn't get a shot away. Weidman plays it across. Loose puck. Byron tied up by Granlund. Backlund on the puck for Calgary. Granlund has lost his helmet. Dubnyk will get a whistle by gloving and holding.
Well, the pressure, and Calgary, this game kind of got into a situation where both teams were getting some good chances, but nothing really opened up. Both teams were playing as much defense as they were offense. But now Calgary feels a bit of the desperation, given the complexion of this hockey game, that they needed to pressure. In these last couple of shifts, they've pushed the Wild in their own zone a little bit. And Granlund right there is still trying to find his helmet to put back on.
Brody able to hold for a moment, then Vanek got it back out to center, and Granlund flips it in for Calgary. Granlund to Joris. Joris ridden off the puck by Charlie Coyle. Scandella tried to get it to Fontaine. Fontaine wins a battle there, and then Coyle to Vanek. Vanek dumps it in from just outside the Calgary line. Coyle in on the forecheck for Minnesota, but Brody pushes it back the other way, and Raymond comes to center for the Flames. Into the Minnesota zone, icing waved off. Raymond and Scandella both go down in the corner. Spurgeon plays it up the boards, too far for Vanek. Weidman wheels and fires, and a pad save by Dubnyk. Fontaine tried to get it to Coyle. Vanek was floating through neutral ice. Fontaine didn't have the angle. The Wild will change, and the Flames have the puck with Gaudreau. Gaudreau into the Minnesota zone. Gaudreau tries to work his way through the defense. Hudler joins the play, and the puck is stripped away cleanly and carried out by Brodin. Mikko Koivu to Stewart. Back to Koivu. He scores!
Oh, this line has been all around the net tonight. They've thrown all kinds of chances at the net. Some missed, some blocked. Plenty have hit the net. But this one, kind of sneaky. Just get it to the net, and a little redirection fools Ramo. And Koivu, who is listed as only one shot in this hockey game, gets his second shot. And this one certainly counts.
Koivu scored the overtime winner the last time the teams met in Calgary. Pushes Minnesota in front by 2, nearing the halfway point of the third. Big hit thrown by Haula. Haula now races through neutral ice for Minnesota. Crisscrosses with Schrader, and his shot deflects something out of play. Mikko Koivu scores for Minnesota to stretch the lead to 3-1 after Thomas Vanek broke the tie with his 20th of the year. Wild 3 Flames. Our Toyota get caught up. Josh Juris scored first for Calgary, beating Devan Dubnyk over the shoulder. 1-0 Flames. Matt Dumba tied it on the power play midway through the first period. It stayed that way until the third. Thomas Vanek bats one out of the air for his 20th of the year. And then Mikko Koivu on the redirect off the Chris Stewart pass. And Minnesota has a 2-goal lead nearing the halfway point of the third period. Dumba to Suter and plays it ahead where it's deflected in by Granlund. England across to Brody. Brody cross ice too far for Juris, and the Wild come back to center. England backpedals in his own zone across to Brody. Pass too far for Juris, and this will be icing against the Flames. Minnesota has been so good in the third period lately, including tonight. If you go back to the last times these teams met in Calgary, the Wild have outscored opponents 26-6 in the final frame. That's the best differential in the league. Significant because for the season, Calgary's been the best third period team in the NHL at plus 36 in the final 20.
They've been able to find an extra gear. But the Wild have played so well lately that it's nullified a lot of teams and given them a chance to fight back, especially in some of those road games where they withstood an onslaught in the second but came back and won games in the third or an extra frame.
The last time the Wild were outscored in a third period was that game back on February 18th in Calgary. They were outscored in the third but then won it in overtime. We're going to have a penalty coming here. Flames will get a power play chance as Brodin heads to the box for Minnesota.
Minnesota 25 minutes for hooking.
Well, Calgary will continue to press. Hard-working team with speed and skill, and the hook just on Monahan's hip there as he was driving back to the net for the pass off the give and go.
So a very important penalty kill for Minnesota.
You don't typically see Brodin get beat off the wall, but what happened is the puck kind of caromed oddly off of a body, and that's why it kind of caught him by surprise, and that's why he got the stick in on the hook.
Draw controlled by the Flames. Russell works his way to the middle. Second power play chance for Calgary tonight. Russell, watched by Koivu, gives to Hudler along the boards. Down low, a centering pass from Gaudreau is broken up. Koivu hustles after it and forces the puck to the Calgary line. Haula and Parise up front for Minnesota. Scandella and Spurgeon, the defenseman on this kill. Russell for Wideman into the Minnesota zone. Tied up there by Scandella. Puck winds up in the corner. Hoodler trying to center, and Scandella was right there to intercept. Haula shorthanded for Minnesota. Into the Calgary zone. Works his way around Russell. Haula then threw it across, and Ryan Suter will come back in his own zone. Dumba backpedals behind the net. Both teams changing. Dumba sends it out to neutral ice. Granlund for Fontaine. Fontaine spins into the Calgary zone, but he put himself in offside.
Calgary didn't have any shots on their first power play. Still trying to muster something here on this one. The Wild have done a great job on the penalty kill, even though they haven't had to kill a lot of them. Just have eliminated opportunities for Calgary.
Dumba plays it back to Suter after a very important shorthanded face-off win for Mikael Granlund. It's been a significant turnaround for Granlund tonight. Got off to a great start on the face-off dots. For the night with that win, he's won 10 of 14. He was only at 35% over his last 14 games. Wild get another clear. Calgary having all sorts of problems getting the power play set up. Brody will circle behind his net. 22 left on the power play as he pushes forward.
They're not even getting in cleanly into the offensive zone, and that's part of the problem.
Schlemko forces it around behind. Brody for Schlemko. Schlemko plays to the corner. Juris looking for a lane. Cut off by Scandella, then Spurgeon. Brodin's back on. The Wild are at full strength. Brody plays it across, and a backdoor tip by Juris was just wide. Raymond throws it out front. Nobody home. Wild with numbers at center. Granlund has Spurgeon and Haula with him, and Haula is in just early. Offside against the Wild. Minnesota leading 3-1. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
6 shots on goal in this one for Parise. 8 attempts and no goals, but we've seen that before where he'll come out and all of a sudden pop one because of the effort and the proximity to the goal. He is always present. Has been a guy that even if he's not scoring in a game, he draws the attention of a lot of the top players or top defenders from the opposition, and that gives some of the Wild depth at times, the opportunity to get their chances and goals.
Vanek sends it in for Minnesota. Ramo plays it. And now Jones tips it into the Minnesota zone. Scandella back. Icing was waved off. Spurgeon taps it up the boards. And a deflected shot winds up off the glass. Vanek able to golf it out into neutral territory. Stajan plays it across there. Schlemko has it. Gives to Diaz. His entry's deflected in by Stajan. Scandella back to pick it up for Minnesota. Around the boards, not out of the zone. Pominville settles it down. His pass across behind Spurgeon. He retreats back into his own zone. Played it ahead off the heel of Pominville's stick. Hoodler flips it in softly. Parise tied up along the boards by Granlund. Loose puck controlled by Raymond. Raymond to the point for Brody. Taken away by Parise. Zach Parise in alone for Minnesota. Parise scores!
I think we were just talking about Zach Parise and the fact that even though he hadn't scored, he continued to get chances, and you can never count him out, and this right here is why. Hustle all the way down, off the pipe, and in the net. Gives the Wild the 4-1 lead here. And a new goaltender comes in for the Calgary Flames. But Zach Parise has really put a dagger in this one.
Number 30 for Parise on the season. First 30-goal season with the Wild, is 6th in his career.
So Hiller will hasn't come in. He hasn't seen action in 4 2/3 games or so. Ramo has been given the nod 5 games in a row. He went 2-0-2 in his previous 4. Wild were able to continue to pepper him with 35 shots and got 4 of them by him, and so Hiller will have the opportunity to get some time here and very likely get the next team's start. So Zach Parise gets his 30th. Thomas Vanek got his 20th, and for Vanek, it's the 10th consecutive season he's had 20 or more. Parise seems like he's always hovering around that mark.
Koivu has it here for Minnesota. And Parise becomes just the 4th individual to score 30 in a Wild sweater. Marian Gaborik and Brian Ralston each did it multiple times. Last year, Jason Pominville became the 3rd. And this year, Parise becomes the 4th. Stewart leaves it in behind for Koivu. Koivu out to the point. Brodin back in for Niederreiter behind the net. Niederreiter tried to center. Broken up by Monahan. Clear to the line, but Suter holds. Stewart waiting and looking. Plays it in behind for Koivu. Koivu out of the corner for Minnesota. Back down low for Stewart. Niederreiter pinned up against the boards by Schlemko. Stewart trying to dig it loose. He does. Gives it to Koivu. Back in for Niederreiter. Niederreiter to Stewart. How many shifts have we seen this line play exactly in this fashion?
There's not been a lot of answers for the size and strength of this line and their ability to carry the puck to the net. They lead the Wild with 17 attempts in this game and 11 shots on goal among the 3 of them.
Brody sends it ahead, tipped in by Juris. Dubnyk pushes it to the corner where Leopold has it for Minnesota. Jordan Schrader sends it across for Haula. Haula with speed into the Calgary zone. Bergenheim winds and fires on goal, and it's held by Hiller. Your best shot at tickets to potential Stanley Cup playoff games and to the 2016 Coors Light Stadium Series outdoor game is to purchase Minnesota Wild season tickets for next season. Call 651-222-WILD or visit tickets.wild.com for details. 14 of Zach's 30 goals have come in the 3rd period this year. He's in the top 10 of the league in that department, 3rd period goals.
The 6th time in his career he's hit the 30-goal mark. I mentioned last year with 29.
Coyle taps it into the Calgary zone. Engelland back to pick it up for the Flames. And he sends it all the way down. It'll be icing against Calgary. And a face-off back in Flames territory. So Minnesota not only trying to hold off the Flames and the Kings, they're trying to catch the Blackhawks. And after 2 periods in Chicago, Columbus maintains a 4-2 lead over the Hawks. A Wild win and a Blackhawks loss, and the Wild would be within 1 point of the 3rd place spot in the Central Division. Chicago has played 1 fewer game than Minnesota. It's been so interesting watching the way this race has unfolded, and you'll hear people ask the question as you're watching the scoreboard, which team are we better off if they win, if they lose?
It's a funny question given the way things juggle every day.
And also the question about potential playoff opponents. And Wild have approached this with, let's just make sure the game is headed the right direction, and everything else will take care of itself. Zach Parise will stretch the Wild lead to 4-1. We have a preview of Wild Live coming up next.
Building is rocking now, and stay with us directly after the game for Wild Live presented by CenturyLink. We'll take a look at Zach Parise and the Minnesota Wild's 3rd period scoring explosion. We'll break down the strong defense that helped extinguish the Flames tonight. We'll take you downstairs and hear from the head coach, Mike Yeo. We'll preview the big matchup with the Stanley Cup champions tomorrow night. Back-to-back home games. Sold-out stadium. Rocking right now, boys.
Well, the Wild have brought the building to life at the very least here in the third period. 3 third-period goals against the best third-period team in the National Hockey League. And the Wild have broken it open. Granlund in for Calgary as it knocked away by Scandella. A loss here tonight certainly does not eliminate the Flames, but it goes a long way toward keeping the Flames behind the Wild. And here they score to cut the lead to 4-2. It was deflected on the way. Granlund was out front. Raymond took the initial shot, and they beat Dubnyk to cut the lead to 4-2.
Little deflection as the Wild were unable to get the puck out of the zone. Raymond just takes this wrist shot. I don't think it hit anybody except Scandella. So they do cut the lead to 2. That Parise goal looking ever more important. It made it 4-1, but if it was 3-2 right now, then it would be a little bit more to worry about.
And certainly not over yet. With how well the Flames have played late in games this year, they have snatched as many wins, as many points in games where it appeared they were out as any team in the National Hockey League. Minnesota's lead is 2 with less than 5 minutes remaining. Hiller to play it for Calgary. Brody sends it around. Brodin holds. Into the corner. Schlemko ahead for Juris.
Marcus Granlund with assist to number 21.
It's being listed right now as Marcus Granlund's goal, so it must have hit him in some fashion. Looked to me like it just caught Scandella.
Boma in the corner. Plays it behind for Juris. Poked away by Coyle, but protected there by Backlund. Backlund tried to feed the point, taken away by Vanek. 2-on-2 at center. Vanek crisscrosses with Fontaine. Vanek on the backhand, tried to sneak one through for Coyle, but that had escaped, and Juris comes to center. At the Minnesota line, he's tied up by Scandella. Forced to play it down the board. Spurgeon races back the other way for Minnesota as the Wild change. Hiller taps to Russell. Russell sends it ahead. Flames have it with speed. Gaudreau in. Gaudreau tried to work around Spurgeon. Spurgeon just calmly strips it away with the stick. Parise hustling after a loose puck, but the Flames gain control. Weidman tied up by Parise in the corner. Threw it out front, trying to get it to Granlund. Tipped away by Gaudreau. Hudler dumps it in for the Flames, and Brodin goes back after it for Minnesota. Pominville able to relay it out through neutral ice. Diaz back to scoop it up for the Flames. Monahan in for Calgary. Along the boards, he's tied up by Suter. Hudler in the corner. Shoved up against the boards by Koivu. Brodin and Gaudreau tussle for the puck. Comes out to the point. Schlemko, a long shot. That's deflected off the glass. Down 2. Let's see how early Bob Hartley calls his goaltender, Jonas Hiller, to the bench. Puck poked ahead. The Wild gain control. Stewart, Niederreiter hustling to join the play. Niederreiter couldn't get the shot away.
Looked like he was going to pull it across the front of the net and just lost it off the end of the stick.
Raymond into the Minnesota zone. Raymond works around Spurgeon. Drops it back to the point. Weidman sent it wide. Still no move from Jonas Hiller to the Calgary bench. 2 minutes to go with a 2-goal lead for Minnesota. Coyle to Vanek. Vanek flips it into the Calgary zone. Brody ridden out hard by Charlie Coyle. Weidman plays it all the way across. Now Hiller heads to the bench. Fontaine got a piece of it. Hiller retreats with Charlie Coyle fighting through neutral ice. Marcus Granlund just picks it up there for Calgary. Brody watched by Vanek. Gives it to Backlund. Hiller wants to go to the bench. Now he does. Extra attacker for the Flames. Pominville pressuring at the Minnesota line. Got it to Vanek. Plays it across for Granlund. Empty net for Calgary. Granlund's shot hit a skate. And the Flames gain control. Backlund races into the Minnesota zone. Ahead for Boma. His shot goes off the end glass. Parise whacks it all the way out through neutral ice. Back into the Calgary zone. 65 seconds left as the Flames come in. Colburn works around Suter. A backhander knocked down by Dubnyk. Granlund plays to the line. Russell holds. Gaudreau to Colburn. Backlund in the corner. Backlund plays it across. Schlemko down low for Hudler. Schlemko. Russell. Schlemko. Hudler watched by Brodin. A shot. That was blocked out front. Brodin did not clear. Russell holds for Calgary. Takes the return pass. A shot. Saved by Dubnyk. Slides to his right. Puck still loose. Backlund trying to catch up with it in the corner. He's knocked down by Suter. Colburn gives to Gaudreau. He's tied up by Suter. Colburn centers. Nobody there. Pominville for Minnesota. Pominville with the empty net. His shot blocked. Another try, and this one goes wide. Controlled by Schlemko. 5 seconds left. And the crowd roars as the Wild knock the Flames 6 points back in the playoff race. 4-2 win for the Wild.
Big win here for the Wild. To start off this homestand, the Wild had not been at top pace here at home, but this win clearly gives them a good feeling going into a back-to-back situation.
Blackhawks still trailing at home, so the Wild within 1 point of the Hawks right now. Our Tempstar star of the game, Mikko Koivu, who was solid in all phases, scored his 12th goal of the year. A part of that 3-goal outburst for the Wild in the third period. Kevin, more third period magic for Minnesota as they outscore the Flames 3-1 in the final frame.
Yeah, big fun tonight, guys. We'll break it all down on Wild Line presented by CenturyLink. That third period scoring explosion. Stingy defense all night in front of Devan Dubnyk. We'll hear from the head coach, Mike Yeo. Wild win. We'll break it down and preview the big game with the Kings tomorrow. Stay tuned.